get ready to plant some garlic. I'm not going to be planting for a little while yet, just because it's still a little bit too warm and it's been really, really wet. So we're going to hold off planting our garlic until it gets a little bit cooler. But I want to get all the cloves ready and decide which garlic bulbs I'm going to keep for planting and which ones I'm going to use for eating, and I'm going to share that with you. Alright, so for choosing garlic, there's a few different things that you can go by. Obviously the size of the garlic bulb, the bigger the better, in my opinion. Also, depending on how many cloves each bulb has. So for example, so this one's a decent size, and it also has a lot of cloves, so we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe, in this one. And this one would be a good one for planting because it would likely produce a garlic bulb that also has the same amount of cloves or in that area. So you're going to get a bulb that's going to have lots of garlic on there. So yeah, this one's a good example also. So you can see right there, you can kind of give a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. So this one would be a good one for planting. So basically, I do this a little bit, a few days or a week or so before planting. You're going to want to open up your garlic cloves. You just want to pull them apart. So I do this a few days before just so that it gives the opportunity to the clove to dry out. So the more dry your clove is when you plant it, the less likely you are to get any mold or rot. So I'm just going to let it air out. And I'm just putting it in a planter bucket. And I'm going to go around and do this with all of the cloves. My lab is running away from something. And that is it. So that's just a dry piece. But basically these cloves are massive. So like this is the size of my thumb and they're huge, which is going to make them perfect. So this year, every year I'm going to increase the amount of garlic that I plant. And I like it for, it's an easy crop to plant in the fall. It gives you something to plant in the fall that you don't have to rush to plant in the spring. You get garlic scapes off of it, which are yummy. And I usually chop my garlic scapes and make a like a marinade that I freeze in the freezer until we need it. And yeah, we basically use a lot of the plant, so it's just handy. But like, look at this one. Like this is like my finger. This is a huge garlic clove, and it's probably going to give me a huge garlic next year. But yeah, my mom always said that you don't plant it before Halloween. Again, not sure why, but it works, so that's what I do. Other than, I should say not, I do know why, like other than the weather, but I just do it because that's how my mom does it, that's how my aunts do it. So that's how I do it. Everybody kind of does everything a little bit differently, so you just do it whatever works for you. And I find that this works well. I don't have to rush to get it in sooner, take my time, and plant my garlic whenever I'm ready. So I'm almost done now. But look at this already. And I had done a bunch the other day that's just sitting over here on the table that you can't see. So I'm going to have lots of garlic. I'm going to do a final count after, just to see how many we got. Next year, I would really like to start dehydrating some of my garlic and making some garlic powder. My mom usually makes a bunch for us, so I haven't had a need for it, but they are not planting as much as they used to. So I'm going to start making my own. So when I started planting garlic, I started with about 50 cloves. They were in garlic bulbs that were a little bit smaller than these. I would say that they started with like maybe 5 cloves, 4 cloves. But over the years, I've kept back a lot of the best bulbs, and then because I'm planting the best cloves all the time, I've been able to kind of enlarge my garlic. So I usually get garlic that is a lot bigger and also has a lot more cloves, because I've always kept only the best. The best gets planted, the rest gets eaten. So when I first started planting garlic, I planted, I don't know, maybe like 50 cloves. Last year I did 150 cloves, and this year I want to do 300 cloves. I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do with all my garlic, but I just love it. I honestly, it's kind of an addiction, and I just want to keep getting more and more and more, so I'm okay with that. I did break some earlier, and I'm going to break this whole box up, so I have this whole box here. I'm going to break these up, and then I'm going to give them a count. I also have another basket down here that is full of garlic also, but I'm going to try to keep that one for using this winter. And we're going to get these garlics in the ground around Halloween. So last October 31st, around that time, because like I said, you don't want to do it too soon because you don't want it to be warm enough for it to sprout, and you don't want it to rot or mold. So last year when I did it, there was literally snow on the ground, and I had to move the snow and push my garlic in. So nothing fancy to plant it. I just basically take my clove like this, and I will push it into the ground about a few inches, 3 inches. But then I also put a really healthy, thick layer of straw on top, so that helps it for the frost not to push it up. Okay, last two that I had set aside. Like I said, I have a full basket down in the corner right here that I can use if I need more. But we'll see how many this box gave us. God, I can't get over the smell, and just the size of this garlic is just beautiful. A little test. One, 2, 3. All right, so we're done. Now we're going to get a count. All right, so we have 222 in our pot. Oh no, that was just the end. 222 So I might just maybe put in another 27 cloves just to make it an even 250 and call it good. Look at that beautiful garlic. So if you've liked this video and you want to see more like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and follow us on our channel. And the next video to come will be the planting garlic.